Before I really get this presentation started, I want to devote it to a guy who taught me about sustainability, and he was a farmer, and that's my Uncle Mark. He passed away on Monday. So in honor of my uncle, you get a huge kick of this, I'm going to talk to you about weed. Right? All right. So most of you don't actually know, but Poland is famous for weed. This is in Poland. And in fact, there are multiple varieties of weed that is approved for industrial purposes from Poland. Out of the 57 varieties from the European Union, 6 of them are Polish. So anyways, this was in Białystok, this last clip, and they were doing a harvest for seed oil. And so that was from last year. So I want to talk a little bit about how we started. We started because of this little round thing you see there on the bottom. I was working on this plastic garbage dispenser that I'm now kind of bitter about with a partner in Colorado. And I said to him, I said, hey man, I know a really good Polish company that makes hemp wick. And at the same time I called Łukasz and said, hey dude, we gotta start a company that makes hemp wick. And so that's how we started. And because we were developing a machine that made this little puck-looking thing, we just kind of transformed that into what we have today. So a little bit on why hemp. Who actually knew that there's hemp grown commercially in Poland? So basically the people that know me plus one other gentleman. Okay. And so part of the reasons why is when you take cotton versus hemp, cotton takes a whole hell of a lot more water. And then the pesticide usage, the entire pesticide usage of the globe, 25% of all pesticides goes towards cotton, whereas marijuana grows like a weed, so you don't need pesticides, right? And the cool part about hemp versus cotton also is it takes half the amount of land to grow the same amount of biomass of hemp than it does with cotton. And additionally, cotton is 4 times less strong, or I should say durable, than hemp. The only thing about it is hemp, it's not as soft and fluffy, But the point is with innovations we can get there. So some of our products, as I mentioned, is hemp wick. And right now we're producing about 5,000 kilometers of hemp wick a year. And with our new customer that we have, we do private label products that should bring us in between 700,000 and a million zloty net profit in the next 12 months. And we also do other things, guitar straps. We're starting a dog series. So this is a walking collar. It's a standard adjustable collar. Even rope chew toys. It's good because it's antibacterial and it doesn't hurt the dogs if they swallow something or anything, unlike the plastic ropes that they're chewing on right now. So as far as innovation goes, we're working with a Canadian company that's going to change the normal harvester that you saw in the first clip into this. And what this does is it allows us to harvest the fiber when it's still green, which hopefully should allow us to become more competitive with cotton. So what do we need? I sat around for the last couple of weeks and I thought about all of the different things that me and Łukasz do on a daily basis. And this is just a small list. And anybody with a lean startup like ours knows that this is what you have to do. You have to do a little bit of everything. But after so much time, it's getting to the point where we're starting to become ineffective at doing our jobs. So I'm open to talk to anybody about sales, marketing. We want to get into even more innovation, so engineering, etc. So the future for us, I think, is a really bright future. We started this company so that we could eventually get into sustainable agriculture, sustainable buildings, basically sustainable everything, and all kind of focused around hemp. We even want to get eventually into heating and cooling and to aquaponic greenhouses and stuff, things that have not so much to do with hemp. So my dream is one day for people all over the globe to wake up in their hemp house, that's actually a hemp house, it's made with hempcrete, and to wake up and their bed is covered with hemp sheets and hemp pillowcases, and then when they get out of their bed, they put on their hemp robe and they put on their hemp slippers, and they go downstairs and they drink their hemp milk right, which is high in protein, omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. I know my stuff about hemp. And then they go and lounge in their hemp, hammock while they watch the sun come up. Questions?
Do you really like hemp?
Yeah. I debated actually wearing my normal hemp clothes today, but I didn't. So
I have a friend, she's architect, she's working in a big project of hemp, making a house.
yeah. Hempcrete is really cool because it's carbon negative, and so it actually petrifies over time. So it absorbs atmospheric carbon and turns into stone. So actually, I think it absorbs 60% of its weight in carbon over 50 years. But you can always break it back down to its core material and remix it with more hydrated lime and use it again. So, yeah.
Where are we at now in terms of people's acceptance of it? Why don't people buy it?
That's a really good question. I think with hemp products, a lot of people, I have this really stereotypical hemp t-shirt. It just has a giant hot leaf on it and it says hemp, right? And the problem is everybody who's in this industry, everybody making clothes, everybody making something, they're just trying to put a pot leaf on everything. And in a way, it almost turns you into an activist. It's like I'm wearing a cotton shirt, and notice there's no cotton logo on it. Like my shirt doesn't say cotton. And so when I say stuff like, my hemp hat is the best damn hemp hat I've ever owned. Super comfortable, by the way. People think to themselves, if hemp is so damn good, how come I don't at least accidentally own one thing made out of hemp? It's the first time you ever bought something that was made out of nylon or some kind of synthetic material, and you're looking at the tag to figure out how to wash it, and you're like, what the hell is this? I've never heard of that. Okay, this is something new. And so, I want people to buy our stuff, and when they look at the wash tag, they say, oh, this is made out of hemp. I guess I like hemp.
Can it be made into products that are the same price as normal materials?
No, not right now. Right now, because of the way that hemp is processed, and because, let me put it this way, Poland used to produce a world record amount of hemp, right, around 30,000 tons of it. And now China produces as much hemp as Poland used to produce. But because of drug scares and all this other stuff, people have become so focused on this one thing that you can do with hemp, which on the high THC varieties is get stoned, that the fact that you can make biodiesel, you can make food supplements, you can make hempcrete, you can make fabrics, you can make all this stuff, all of sails from ships and the ropes from ships, they were all hemp sails because if we were to do cotton sails on the old cargo ships throughout history of humankind, after one trip they would have just fell apart because hemp is resistant to all of the elements of the ocean, right? And so it's a super durable material, and I think that we just need to do innovations like the machine I showed you, which is going to change the way that we harvest it, so that all it needs to be, it really just needs to be degummed and then cottonized, is the term, and then you can turn it into, they have hemp silk now, and the Chinese are really innovative as far as the textile industry goes because they've never outlawed it. Their entire army used to be clothed in hemp, And so, unlike Western civilization that has kind of paused innovations, but now it's kind of starting to come back. Half of the U.S. is medical marijuana, so their senators and stuff are saying, okay, well, if it's not as bad as you say it is for smoking, if people aren't killing themselves, then why aren't we doing this on an industrial scale too? Because the U.S. actually imports 60% of the world's hemp supply, but it's illegal to grow hemp there, which I think is great because I'm in Poland where I can grow hemp stuff. So right now, are you Polish?
No.
No? Okay. So right now we're working on a project where we're actually going to go grow sprouts. In Polish it's called kiełki. And so we're gonna grow hemp sprouts here. So we got a hold of the biggest sprout growing company, right? So instead of broccoli sprouts or sunflower sprouts, whatever, we're gonna grow hemp. We're gonna grow 5 tons of it. We're gonna dehydrate it. We're gonna put it into a powder form, and we're gonna export it to the States because that's legal. But you can do that in the States because you can't grow hemp. You can only grow hemp for research purposes in the U.S. When all the research has already been done, it's just semantics, really.
One interesting fact, the Constitution of the United States is written on the marijuana.
Facts.
Completely useless fact.
I think it's a powerful fact. I used it in a debate point the other day.
And the other thing is why are we doing this in Colorado and in the States? In Colorado, there's accelerators for startups which specialize only in marijuana products.
True. I'm not trying to be CBD or CBN or THC or oil concentrates or hash or weed or chocolate or anything. I'm purely trying to do the fiber-based products like we pass around.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That product is quite good because it also helps like the ideology of bringing the marijuana back to the business life.
I agree.
You said the production of something made out of hemp differs from something made out of cotton. And so so let's say something made of 1 kilo of cotton versus something made of 1 kilo of hemp. What's the price difference we're talking about?
I don't deal in cotton, so I've never bought a kilo of cotton, but I can say for sure a kilo of hemp ranges between about 7.5 to 12 euros per kilo.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I should know because I buy thousands and thousands of kilos every year. But as far as cotton goes, I would say it's probably around 3 or 4.
Okay.
Anyone need a cigarette break after this or anything like that? What did you guys think? I have a question. What did you guys think about the guitar straps and the dog collars? Would you buy them?
Yes.
Yeah, would you put them on your dog?
Yeah.
Would you walk your dog with them? Would you let your dog chew on them or play a guitar and have it hold the guitar?
What is the price for the stuff?
So that
80 zlotys per unit.
How much?
80 zlotys per unit.
so like
What is the price for plastic?
For what?
the classic guitar straps in the States, if you're getting some super cheap like Ernie Ball petroleum based one, as low as $7 or $8. This would be considered like mid-level price. I've seen guitar straps that are like full leather guitar straps, and we do leather stuff, by the way. My belt is also made by us, but I'm trying to be sustainable, right? And so the high range is like over $100 for a good guitar strap. So we designed this to be a vegan-free thing. It's got a reinforced fabric in between vinyl, so that we pretty much guarantee that the strap will last forever because it's made out of the really high-quality hemp. The end caps, we're not sure about because the product hasn't been around yet, but we did a bunch of drop tests and stuff, and I would put a $5,000 guitar in it without worrying.
Maybe half plate without losing it.
Hmm?
You can make it half plate without losing it.
Yeah, that was the goal. So like I sent it to a couple of bands, and bassists are really hard on equipment, and the bassist he played it during a show, and he's like, this was great. Yeah, we built it to compete with all of the best straps on the market. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put made in Poland and kind of get people to say, Polish people make really badass stuff. Because for us, I want to make products that will get 5 stars on Amazon. That's